What's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I will telling about 20 centime coin of France 1985 Liberté Égalité Farternite. The 20 centime coin of France, minted in 1985, tells the story not just of currency, but of a nation, its ideals, and its enduring heritage. On the surface, it is a small brass coin with a shine that swiftly became familiar in the pockets of French citizens. But each detail engraved on it speaks volumes about the culture, politics, and economic reality of France during the late 20th century. The obverse of the coin carries the powerful national motto of France, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, meaning, liberty, equality, fraternity. This simple inscription is a direct reference to the core values of the French Republic, rooted in the French Revolution of 1789. It symbolizes the French commitment to freedom, equal rights, and universal brotherhood. Surrounding these words is an illustration of wheat, a crop that symbolizes fertility, agriculture, and prosperity. For centuries, France has been a land of fertile soil and bountiful harvest. To place a simple wheat stalk on a coin is to honor the countless French farmers and to recognize that agriculture remained a backbone of the French economy even in the 20th century. On the reverse of the coin is the denomination, 20 centime, and the year, 1985, surrounded by a laurel branch, a symbol traditionally associated with honor, triumph, and victory. This imagery also reflects the classic style of French coins, which often combine agricultural symbols with republican ideals to represent both sustenance and collective success. In 1985, France was part of the European Economic Community (EEC), the precursor to the European Union. At that time, the French franc was still in circulation, and the euro was more than a decade away from implementation. The French franc had a long history, dating back to the medieval period, but the 20th century was full of economic changes, coin reforms, and modern redesigns to match a growing industrialized nation with an increasingly global presence. The 20 centime coin from 1985 was struck at the Monnaie de Paris, the Paris Mint, which is one of the world's oldest continually running mints, founded in the year 864. By the 1980s, the mint was using advanced technology to produce coins at high speed, while still preserving artistic quality and detailed engravings. The material used for the coin was primarily nickel brass, a durable alloy that resists corrosion and gives the coin a golden color. This choice of metal reflects a balance between durability, cost efficiency, and a pleasing appearance. The 1980s were a decade of transformation in France. Under President François Mitterrand, the country was undergoing social reforms and efforts to modernize the economy. Industries were being nationalized and privatized, unemployment was a rising concern, and inflation fluctuated. In this context, the 20 centime coin served as a symbol of everyday economic life. For many citizens, it bought small items like bread, a newspaper, or a piece of candy. It was casual but essential money, the type of coin that circulated widely among all levels of society. Though the 20 centime coin had a low face value, its design was rich with symbolism. The motto, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, was more than just a slogan, it was, and still is, the philosophical foundation of the French Republic. The French government chose to include this motto on coins as a reminder of national unity and identity, especially during times of political or social unrest. When a person saw the coin, they were quietly reminded of their national values. The year 1985 is also significant because it was the period when the European community was discussing deeper economic integration. Even though the euro had not yet become a reality, the discussions around a single European currency were increasing. The franc was still strong, but the idea of greater unity across Europe was growing. French coins like the 20 centime represented national pride but were also part of a larger movement toward future cooperation across national borders. Historically, the 20 centime denomination had existed in various forms in France since the 1800s. Earlier versions were made of bronze or silver, depending on the time period. The specific design used in the 1980s was introduced in 1962 and continued until the euro replaced it. French numismatic enthusiasts often note that this particular design was one of the most stable and recognizable coin styles of modern France. It was created by the designer Henri Le Griffol, who was a highly respected sculptor and engraver. His work emphasized simplicity, elegance, and classical lines, all qualities that the 20 centime coin carries beautifully. The design containing wheat and laurel branches reflects traditional French allegory. Wheat is connected to sustenance and daily life, while laurel connects to victory and achievement. Together, they represent the balance of working life and national pride. Anyone holding the 20 centime coin in 1985 might not think about these symbolic meanings consciously, but the imagery had a subtle educational purpose, reminding citizens of their shared heritage. In terms of production, millions of these coins were minted in 1985, making them common in circulation. They were not rare or collectible at that time, but today, for collectors, coins in perfect uncirculated condition or with unique mint errors can hold interest. Some collectors value it as a nostalgic item, a memory of the era before the euro was introduced in 2002. In fact, many people in France kept a few francs and centimes as souvenirs after the transition because of the emotional connection to the old currency. The everyday use of a 20 centime coin might seem minor, but such coins